Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to continue my comic campaign prep series, and in the last video I went over like quotes and kind of get an idea of pricing and rewards and all that good stuff. I never got those other comic samples in, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do to prep for the campaign part and picking a site to host it on. So there's a couple options that exists. There is Fund My Comic, which is brand new. There's Indiegogo, there's Kickstarter, and there's hosting it on your own site or Shopify or something like that, which I don't have, and it's an entirely new venture that I'm not ready for right now. So I'm gonna go to Kickstarter just because this is where most of my campaigns have been in the past. So, you know, I have all this stuff here. I have the Pumpkin Prince Book 1. This is not even fleshed out. I had just put this here, you know, and I have the categories. I have how much I want to fund, how long I want it to be for, the rewards, the story. This isn't even the final at all. I actually am not sure if I'm going to use Kickstarter this time. A lot of things that I like about other platforms don't exist on Kickstarter unless I pay for it, which I really don't want to do that. But basically I start off with the story and the outline here. And this is not even accurate. Well, maybe it is. I actually have to go check the page count. But anyway, so I basically go about outlining the story here. I really should be doing this as like a Word document or something first and then just copy and pasting it in here. But at the time of me starting this, I think I made this whole project like 2 years ago because I thought I would have time to finish it a lot sooner, which didn't happen, which is fine. But I also wanted to make sure that I was giving myself enough time to put out a quality product. I don't like rushing things. I was going to do some campaigns in between the last one and now, and I decided, you know what, if I pull my focus away from this big campaign, it's just not going to happen. Alright, so this is an Indiegogo campaign. It's pretty much the same as Kickstarter. The UI is drastically different. I actually don't like the UI that much. It's not like a deal breaker for me. So here I can do the story and I could add a preview image, which I don't need to have on Kickstarter when I'm doing the draft, but I need it for the final. I have my, I didn't actually put anything in here. I thought I did. So the story is basically the same thing here. You want to make sure you have all this information in here for the best like conversion rate for people that view the campaign. In the past, I have always been as transparent as possible. Like, what does this cost? What is this money going towards? If there's extra money, is that just like, what do you do with that? Timelines were very, very important to me because I want to make sure that when people back this, they understand what happens from the day they back it to the final day of them getting their product. And I always make sure to have production timelines before I publicize my campaigns, because I want to know, all right, how long will this take from the day of submitting the final artwork or whatever it is to receiving it on my end to package and ship to the customer. And I always put that around, let's see, usually at the end of my campaigns. So the risks and challenges I always leave at the very end, and then I would probably put, where did I put it here? Actually, I didn't put it in here. I would put it in the end, and after the campaign ends, I usually make a graphic that says when things are done, when they are expected to be done at the latest, like if something happens, a shipping delay or whatever. I always like give an extra week or two buffer as well. I have perks, so this is like the stuff you can back, early spreader I've done. Basically, if you catch the campaign early enough, a certain number of backers can get a discounted price on whatever it is I'm backing. These are not final prices either. I actually don't even know how accurate these are going to be in terms of like production costs and stuff. So ignore that. It might be the final price depending on how many pages the book winds up being. I don't know. But you can see here, quantity claimed. The zeros have no limit, but the early spreader does, which is kind of nice. I like seeing this here immediately. Kickstarter doesn't have that. Then here we have items. So these are all the things that I was thinking about. Perk-wise, I might actually pull back and do more quality updates for the campaign, such as maybe nicer paper, a better cover, hiring someone to help, stuff like that. And the nice thing is I can put a team in here. So if anyone that's helping me out, I can put the team and all that good stuff. So that's basically it for Indiegogo. And I do like how this is organized. It's kind of more suited for a organized campaign, I guess, in terms of like what you're putting out there. I don't know how to explain it. I do like how this is laid out. I don't like the UI itself, but the setup here compared to here where it's just basics, reward story, people, payment, promotion. And here I can split, I mean, I can do items as well with the rewards, but it's not the same. It's very, I don't know. I tried to use it and it screwed something up my last campaign, and I don't know. I just don't like this system. I think it may be because it's not like split the way I would want it to be. Like here, if I go to items, I see just the items. I don't see all this extra stuff of, all right, what is it included in? What's the image? You know, it's not, it's just, I just want to see the items. What do I have? What do I not have? Oh yeah, I was thinking about enamel pin magnets because someone did request them. We'll see about that. So yeah, that's that for Indiegogo. Not as fleshed out as I thought I had made it. And then last but not least, we're gonna do Fund My Comic. All right, so Fund My Comic is brand new. It has a focus of funding your comics. And the reason this was created was because Indiegogo and Kickstarter, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this without being not inflammatory, but just, I don't know. If you're someone doesn't like, they can basically go to these two platforms, Indiegogo or Kickstarter, and have your shit taken off, which I don't agree with. It's like, it doesn't matter what you agree with on this person. If they're making a comic or whatever it is that they're making, let them, you know, it's not, if it's not hurting anyone or it's not like illegal, then just let it be. So yeah, that's kind of why this was made. Indiegogo will shadow ban. There are actually two reasons for this. One is they don't like cross promotion on other sites. So that's one reason they'll like not shadow ban, but like pull you from easily seeing searches and stuff like that, unless you know the title of the campaign already. And then for some reason, if you don't have a campaign anywhere else but Indiegogo, they just, sometimes they'll pull you from the search anyway if you're kind of like, I don't even want to say controversial because most of the stuff I've seen, it's like, this person isn't controversial at all. Like, there was one lady, I'm like, you're like the nicest person ever. Why would your stuff not be searchable on their website? And she wasn't like putting the campaign anywhere else. It just, Indiegogo just has problems in general with their search and pulling campaigns, and purposely not having it visible makes it more difficult. And it's just, it is an issue. And then Kickstarter will just pull it, you know, like obviously if you're doing a fan art campaign on Kickstarter, you will get it pulled eventually and you'll get caught. That's not a Kickstarter issue, that's a copyright and IP issue. But if it's not any of that and you're just someone that people normally don't like, they consider you not politically proper, I guess, which for the most part is weird. In my opinion, they don't mind pulling your stuff either. And I'm none of those things, so I'm like, I'm not really worried about it, but I also want to make my brand focused on fairness and really making sure everyone gets a chance to fund their project and be who they are, even if you don't like them, you know? Which is why I'm another reason why I'm not too sure about Indiegogo and Kickstarter. But Fund My Comic is new, and that's kind of the issue they're solving. And I'll scroll through real quick and show some stuff that's available. So these are featured picks. These are stuff that have already funded. I have her first 2 books, Irene, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but it's a high fantasy action mystery, oh, it's right here, fantasy mystery comic. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. If you like Berserk, you'll like this for sure, which is an anime. I did back the Mythicals. I have one, or I backed the first and second. I haven't read them because they haven't shipped yet. I've been seeing a lot about this. I haven't had a chance to look at this. And then Florida Man, this is just like a comedy, funny series, and I really would like to get it. It's written by Mike Barron, who was a writer for The Punisher. He's written a lot of good stuff for, I believe, DC and Marvel. His books are really great, and I backed something for, oh my gosh, he has other books he's making. So it's just kind of cool to see industry veterans on this site, you know? So we'll go back to this. There's just a lot of good stuff on here. I really recommend checking it out. A little political stuff on here, but no big deal. I did back Hatch, which is a European artist, or UK artist. So I backed this, and I really enjoyed it because it's just like, if you read comics like in the newspaper and stuff like that, it just really reminded me of that a lot. And it was just very simplistic in nature. I don't know why, oh, these are videos. I don't know why they're not working. It's just very simplistic in nature, and I don't know, it just really jumped out at me. So I got it, and it was really exactly what I thought it would be. It was just fun, goofy adventures of this little guy who lives in a hatch. There's just so much good stuff here, and if you're looking just for fresh indie comics and you want a good variety, I would really come to Fund My Comic because they really have something for everybody. It's just, there's just so much. So now that we've explored the front, I'm gonna go to my campaigns. I'm gonna edit this. So campaigns currently being edited. So the nice thing about this, I mean, other platforms have it too, but you gotta submit it for a review. This is the same basic stuff. You got your header image, your blurb, your funding mode. I gotta change that. I don't know why it won't let me change. Oh wait, I think, I don't know, I'll do that later. Oh, here we go. So campaign run mode. So if I'm doing a time-based campaign, then it can do a all or nothing or keep it all. So that means even if I don't meet the goal by whatever the end date is, then I still keep it and produce what I can. If I do all or nothing, that means if I don't meet the goal, then nothing gets kept. If I meet the goal, I keep it. And you have the explanation here. So I kind of like that they have that because a lot of people who do campaigns, they have enough to get part of the campaign done, but they never meet the final goal. And it's kind of sad. I'm not really worried about that, so I could just do the all or nothing. I know I'll make this. And then you have the time-based or storefront. I'm leaving it at storefront. All right, so next step. So here I have the most of my campaign fleshed out. I can add extra links if I need to. So I'll probably link my Kickstarter stuff and my website. But here you can see how much work it is. I've been editing this for months, by the way. This is not like an overnight situation. So I have my intro, I have my story, the main goal, and the main goal is to get the comic. I'm going to include 5 to 10 finished pages so you can see them. I have the stretch goals, which are still to be TBD because I don't know what I want to do yet. And like I said, I might just forego a lot of this and do more like quality updates instead. And then timeline. So Here I have a lengthy description of the timeline. Like I said earlier, I will give you actual dates. I will give you a time frame. I'm not gonna disappear on you guys. And actually, I think I update too often. And then I have rewards from my past Kickstarters down here to show what I've produced and what I've fulfilled. I have my Etsy shop and my Kickstarter campaigns. I'll probably just actually move, or no, I'll add them here as well. That way, if people are like, I don't know, you know, if I trust this or not, they can either click this link or they can go to that one, depending on what they see first or whatever. These are actually not even all the things that I produced. I have 3 more pins. Yeah, I have 5 more pins, I think, that would go here. All right, and then I have an FAQ section down here. So the biggest issue I have is outside the US and Canada because of taxes and all this stupid stuff, which it's very hard for me to deal with as a small business, an individual. There are legal ways around it, but to me, they're risky, so I don't... It's something I'm still working on, like how I should go about that. So here, this is just like how you want to have your rewards viewed. Like so if I do this, you can go and click next and see them as a page for the rewards instead of a scroll down. But I have all the rewards situated here, and the nice thing I liked about this too, on from my comic, I can add a coupon code. So Indiegogo, you can do like sales and discounts kind of, but I want to do a coupon. That's actually kind of cool. So like if you will sign up on my mailing list and you're one of the first 10 people to get the email that, hey, this launched, you get a limited time coupon code that you can go use to save on the campaign. Like, there's a lot of things I can do to reward customers to show up early, you know. Yes, I lose out a little bit, but I kind of expect that with these. A lot of these are just to get my stuff crowdfunded, like just to get it made. And this is actually really more detailed than, let me actually go to the reward tier. So if I go to edit one of these, I mean, I can add an image. It's just, look, it's just long. And then here it's like the same thing. It's a lot of information. And then here it's just right there. I don't know. It's just, it feels like it's condensed into one little block and not an entire page. It's like, all right, shipping's here. I can add a special attribute. I can set an expiration for the reward, coupon, item limit, and I'm done. And I can go to minimize it. Oh, so nice. So as I complete these, I can just keep minimizing them. Be like, all right, everything's done. Scroll up here. I have my rewards 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, I can do. Then I can go to funding. There's a widget where I can put this on my website, I believe, and it will like show everything that's happening with the campaign. So if I go to preview, all right, so with the preview, you can see how this is gonna look. I have a widget preview here. So if I put this on my website, you can see, okay, here's a quick screenshot. Oh, this is all that good stuff. On the website, I can see the reward tiers I have. There's only 3 because I don't think I have the other one publicly viewable yet. Because some of these things won't be viewable until goals are met. And then this is, yeah, so that's basically how this will look. Obviously, this will not be as wordy in the final submission because that's just too much trade. Yeah, this is just like me idea dumping, and then it'll be cleaned up later. So that's kind of how the next step of prepping for my campaign is going. I don't have any magical anything to make this happen faster other than me doing the work, and I have to change this, and yeah, I have to make, there's just a lot that goes into it. So I just like to have the idea and the rewards and everything else set up before the artwork's done, because then it helps dictate what images I'm going to put in there, what final work I'm going to be showing, the stretch goals, like what image, like if I'm not going to be doing the enamel pin, I don't have to make the artwork for that ahead of time, you know? So it just helps me outline everything and prepare for the final campaign. And that's really all this video is. This is a 30-minute recording. I hopefully can edit this down to like 25 minutes, maybe 20, we'll see. But yeah, that's basically the next step for me, is figuring out which platform to run this campaign on. Hopefully I can figure it out. I might do all three, just because I have a lot of viewers on Kickstarter already, and I would kind of hate to lose them because I use a different platform. But at the same time, it's been a couple years and I don't even know if they're interested in a comic. So we'll see. And I don't know. We'll have to see when the time comes to hit the publish button what I feel like doing. At least this is done, so I can just copy and paste it with, or copy and paste it into the Indiegogo and Kickstarter stuff and not worry about it. It's just the rewards that I will have to figure out, because each of them handle this a little bit differently and not necessarily for the best. I would say Fund My Comic and Indiegogo handle it the best and Kickstarter doesn't. Unless you pay for backer kit, which I don't want to do. So yeah, that is it for this video. Hopefully it was interesting and it can give you ideas for how you run your own campaigns or what goes into it, because it's a lot. And hopefully you learned about a new platform. You can go back some comics over here. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions about running a campaign or anything that I haven't like talked about, let me know, because the next video is most likely going to be prepping advertising, final timelines, finalizing the campaign information, like putting the images together and getting all that fun stuff together. All the, I don't want to say grunt work because it's not. It's just a lot of overthinking advertising and marketing. Make sure to like this video and then subscribe so you don't miss the next video in my campaign prep series for my comic, and I will see you in the next one.